The release of a rear-wheel drive Audi R8 may bother staunch Quattro enthusiasts, but we see very little downside. A lighter, cheaper rear-wheel drive version of Audi's formidable R8 V10 is ready and waiting, and as far as we can see, that can only be a good thing. To help us unpack what Audi has actually done here, we've got Australian GT trophy driver Matthew Stupas along for the ride. Matt, thanks for joining us today, but to be fair, it's a pretty good offer.
Nadine, thank you. Great car, great toy, two-wheel drive, really spectacular.
Surely it's time to go for a drive.
Great.
Yeah.
My go?
Historically, Audi sport vehicles and Quattro have gone hand in hand. Until now. I mean, what's next? An all-wheel drive Commodore? Oh, hang on. No stranger to Audi performance vehicles, Stupas races an R8 in the GT Trophy Series.
The GT Trophy Series is a feeder series for the Australian GTs. It's basically amateur drivers. The GT Series is amateur and pro. We learn to learn our craft in motorsport, obviously, and hopefully one day you get to race in the big time.
Times have changed for a man who once lived and breathed Porsche cars only.
Obviously, as you know, I was Porsche bound for many, many years, but I was approached by KFC to run one of their Audi R8s. We chose to actually run the R8 purely from the fact that it's actually the winning car. I mean, they're the most dominant car in the series.
On the topic of directing all that power to the rear wheels?
Rear-wheel drive obviously allows the steering to be a little bit more precise. Quattro, you have what we have a tendency to call slight understeer. The mid-engine, it just has a total balance, a better overall balance. It allows probably greater mid-corner speed, which is obviously paramount when you're doing motorsport.
Not only is this R8 around 50 kilograms lighter, it's also $67,500 cheaper than its all-wheel drive sibling.
Well, the fact of the matter is at Quattro you've actually got four wheels of grip. In this case here we've obviously got four wheels of grip too, but in a different manner.
But is this really an everyday car?
The one thing about the Audi, and the R8 especially, it's actually a usable car. Very comfortable. There are decent ride heights, so you're not scraping the belly of the car every time you go over a bump.
With the R8's ride and handling a winning combination on the track or road, what about the competition?
Basically it's the Porsche Carrera S, and quite frankly this car's probably sharper in many ways, especially to the eye. It's just a little bit more exotic in its look. What people don't understand is just how brilliantly precise they are in their handling aspect. That mid-engine, the roar of the V10 when you actually are allowed to actually put your foot into it. So it's sort of one of those cars that gives you great feedback whilst you're driving.
But do we really need to pick a side? Team Quattro versus Team Rear-Wheel Drive?
Most race cars in GT racing are two-wheel drive. That's purely from the fact that it's to do with weight. But in terms of stability and safety, people also go down the path of four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive. It offers more grip and it's a safer car. So you've got two forms of argument. The two-wheel drive for me just makes you smile.
I bet you're wondering about fuel economy for a car that costs north of $300,000. With the ability to shut down 5 of its 10 cylinders, the V10 R8 gives some hope. Audi also suggests very un-supercar-like service intervals for the R8 RWS. With a global production of just 999 and only about 40 of those reaching Australia, we'd suggest you get in quick.